Getting ready to finish up the editing on this video that you're looking at right now. I mean, you probably don't know what exactly it is. And I realized that I really didn't describe what was happening, and it's kind of all over the place. So I thought I might as well explain. At about 6:30 yesterday morning, we had the power outage. And of course, this machine woke me up because I had the volume on, and it was on doing a backup transfer. So when it lost power, it made the usual, when you unplug a ThinkPad, it makes a noise, sort of like this. I'll show you. If you were to unplug the machine, it makes a sound like that. Made that noise, woke me up, and realized, well, power's out. And this is I said in the video that it was the second time in 2 weeks. It's actually the second time in less than a week. It happened last Monday as well. Most of the video was actually my testing that thing over there, the Tekra 8000, and seeing how long the battery would last. It lasted quite a bit longer than I was expecting. And I actually partially charged that my new iPod with this Tekra 8000. I plugged it in and it actually started charging, which is pretty cool. Wasn't expecting it to do that. So that's really what this video is about, and just another power outage video. Probably more or less an excuse for me to open my mouth. And, well, obviously I'm whispering. I wasn't really making a lot of noise because it was 6 o'clock in the morning and people were trying to sleep. So without further ado, I guess you might as well enjoy this video because I certainly had to spend some time putting it together. This thing went off. I'm surprised it didn't wake anybody else up, but that thing beeped, and boom. So, yeah, that's a problem. I really don't know what to do, but clearly nothing works. That's out. Everything's out. So, what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to shut this thing down. Shut up. Close this. Sure, let's just save this as something. I don't know, save it to the desktop. Something that I've been working on for a while here. Shut that off. And shut the system down. Let's plug in a pair of headphones and let's go off again. Everything is out. So I should turn off in a second anyway. Everything's now out except for this Dell. I'll let the Dell go out on its own. I'm surprised this thing still even has a good battery on it. Take a look at this. 87% remaining. The power's been out for about a couple minutes now. This is interesting. Let me go downstairs and see something. Yes, hello there, you. Everything is out. Probably come back on like the instant that I come down here. But widespread loss of functionality, so it's not just one circuit that's gone out. What the hell? Oh, it's just the reflection of this thing. But, I mean, there you go. There ain't much that I can do. Now, this is the second time it's happened in the last 2 weeks. First time I was at school, and it went out there as well. So, I don't know what to say. But of course, this is probably the single worst time for it to happen. I was in the middle of it, transferring some backup files, so those are probably gone now. I'm gonna have to re-back up some stuff. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Those were old images anyways. That looks cool. Oh, now this thing's almost out of battery. Isn't that productive? Look in here, that's out. There's no network cable and all that stuff down here. There's an unnecessary splitter. I'm gonna have to deal with that. What the fuck? I don't know what that goes to, but clearly it's not even used. And there's a splitter there. There's only, how many TVs are in this house? There's 2 TVs in the house and a cable and internet, which is hooked up upstairs anyway, so we shouldn't need that. Everything's out. Those are gas-fired, but then again, they still have electricity going to them. There's the fan box filled with paper shavings. That's going to need to change. I'm going to get those out of here, because I want to keep that box, like I usually do. Anyway, get out of this hell zone before I crash into something. Somebody's up. I can hear people upstairs. Okay, check this out. I don't think you'll be able to read it with this. Can't read it. But it says, well, it said 3 hours a second ago. I was like, holy crap. There's no way this thing has 3 hours of battery life on it. An hour sounds more like it. In fact, it's probably got less than half an hour. I'm curious. Let's see how long this one will run for. Probably not very long. Hear both of them going. This one's really loud. Anyway, I have to make use of this drink. It's even though it's warm. That's hard to go to sleep. Probably won't last very long. He's not got the volume all the way down, so it's not going to start beeping. It's not going to matter too much. Don't stop that. fact, I don't even think there's any. Oh no, there's applications on it. There would have to be. Anyway, let's see how long it ends up running for. This one is still going. And 2 hours? Are you kidding me? Yeah, right. Looks like this one can refocus during the middle of a video too, but not very well. I don't know, it's getting hotter in here. I might as well go back to sleep, which is what I was doing before I was rudely interrupted by that thing. Anyway, there you have it. Because I'm genuinely curious about the battery life on this thing, I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. So difficult. Oh, I'm going to unplug it so it can't come back on if the power decides it's going to come back on. It's been about 4 minutes and it's not showing any signs of going out, so that has to count for something, right? Damn, T410. I knew that I should have turned it off last night and not even bothered. The reason why I left it on is because I was doing some backups. Hopefully that didn't ruin that. I was moving most of the backup files off of this drive, moving them onto the other one, but clearly that's going to have to be started all over again if it hasn't broken the backups entirely. I guess it doesn't really matter because they're not current backups, they're really old backups, but still, you can't even see a damn thing that I'm pointing this at. This thing beeped at, I should have muted the volume or done something, but it beeped at me, and now I can't get back to sleep, so I guess there's that. But it's been about 10 minutes, and this thing still hasn't gone out yet. So, I don't know. I really don't know. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off, so that way it doesn't put a load on the electrical system when the power does decide it's going to come back on. What else should I pull? I mean, there isn't a whole lot here else that is really going to pull electricity when the power comes back on. I mean, that might, because that might start charging, but... Oh, yeah, that's right. I have it on manual mode. Oh, which you can't see. You won't be able to see this. But I'm going to turn that back on to auto. It's way too dark in here. Okay, so that won't come on. But the power comes back on. Alright. That's going to go back there. So all this stuff is going to remain off. When the power does decide it's going to come back on. Which might not be for the end, until the end of the day. I have no idea. What else? I'd say listen to the weather radio, but I mean, it's probably out too. I have no idea. It's still running. It's been about 12 minutes. Check out this really cool screensaver. Check this out as well. I think it is actually charging the iPod. It is hilarious. Well, we've got about 16 and a half minutes of uptime too. I can't imagine this thing is going to get any more than half an hour. Nope. Speaking of being genuinely curious, let's see what this one does. It doesn't have a good battery on it, so it shouldn't start at all, which it doesn't. So, I guess that answers that question, right? It's kind of weird seeing that no link indicator right there. Because usually when this thing is on, it's actually on a network link, but because the power's off, it doesn't. So, there you go. I wanted to render videos today, but that ain't gonna happen because, or at least it's not gonna happen until the power goes back on, because this holds all of my video files, and it will not work if it doesn't have electricity. So, there you go. If I had the video files on one of these other drives that could be powered off of USB only, then we would be fine, but that is not the case. And I don't feel like hacking this in order to work on USB, so there you go. I'm just going to do without. For those wondering why I'm not using my good camera, the battery is about to die in it, so, and I don't think it can charge via USB, so that's not very helpful. It is officially back on. So it's actually charging it. We've still got 25 minutes worth of uptime, and wait a minute. It's not making any noises, so we should be okay still. 25 minutes, and it's still charging this. It hasn't gone out. We have no low battery alerts. I'm amazed that the battery in this thing is still that good. Most of the Toshibas of this era, like that one, or not that one, that doesn't have a Toshiba in it, but the one that's under there, the 8100, and that one, both have batteries that are pretty much dead. That one lasts for probably about 5 minutes. Last I tested it, that one doesn't, as you saw, it doesn't even work at all, so there you go. This Dell has a good battery in it. Can't even see the Dell. Where's my light? This Dell has got a good battery in it, and the Toshiba's got a good battery in it. So, well, I guess that much is pretty much established now. Well, it's got a good enough battery in it, so considering you got about like 26 minutes worth of uptime, I'd say that's pretty darn good. Looks like it's back on. It is back on. That is making an ungodly noise. What the heck happened? But as you can see, looks like everything is actually back on, and I want to test that thing still. I'll turn that off. Turn the fan back on. I want to see how far I can actually charge this thing and still manage to stay on. I don't know why this thing is making that kind of a noise. Must be the bearings. Probably the longest that thing's been off in a long time. But it's been up for 28 minutes and it's still going. Oh, we've got over half an hour's worth of power on this thing. That's pretty good. No low battery alarms either. And I have no idea if it's still charging it or not, but it looks like it is. Let's turn on the tin pad again. It's still making that noise. I think it has to do with either bearings or Could be something else. Oops. That might cause some problems. Usually it does. There we go. No stupid error messages either. That blinking is a result of the difference in the refresh rate of the LEDs and the camera. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, shut up. I can turn this back on. Whoa, Jesus. Yep, no, all 10 drives are there. At least so far, anyway. The one drive that we don't have is my music or my videos drive, which should show up soon enough. There it is. So all 10 drives are out there. Everything is here. I'm gonna have to deal with this. Let's do that. Let's deal with this. That's better. It's not making any noise anymore. All I did was unscrew the blade, take the blade off, put the blade back on. Well, I spun the motor a little bit, and then I put the blade back on. And now everything's working fine. Speaking of working fine, this thing is still going. It's been almost 3/4 of an hour. And it is still charging this thing, and as you can see, it is actually charging it. Well, you can't really see it because it's too damn bright to this thing, but there you go. It's still working. I am surprised. Still no error messages or anything stupid like that. Not quite an hour. What's going on? I can't control that. That's the system beeper. Alright, anyway, you get the idea. Hands out. So it was out after about 52 minutes, or 51 and a half minutes. So not quite an hour's worth of battery life, and it's down. That's still pretty good for a vintage laptop like this. Of course, it's going to put the fan on. It always puts the fan on in these kinds of situations. Not sure if you can hear the fan, but It's not charging this again. Drive's not very happy with me. The mouse is actually behaving right now, which is insane. Whoops. Oh no, it's out. So now I have to charge, plug this into the charger, get this all charged back up, and then get all the videos rendered. That shouldn't take too long, hopefully. But I guess that's the end of this. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time.